Hey, what's up, guys? Eyes Open in California here. So today is Thursday, December 7th, 2023. About a week ago, or maybe even 10 days ago, I had this dream. And this dream was very brief. So in this dream, it's daytime. I'm standing on the side of a road, and I'm standing there with my mom. And the sun is over us, and the moon is up in the sky. And it was more specifically a full moon. And I looked up at the full moon, and I said, "Hey, Mom," I said, "You see that full moon?" I said, "She's not reflecting the sun's light. She's giving her own light." And then my mom looks up, shakes her head. And then I looked over to my left and I seen Michelle Obama. She was like eavesdropping. And I was like, so I put my arm around my mom. I said, "Let's get out of here." And then we walked that way, off to the right. So that was the end of the dream. Now I've had many dreams about this subject. And I'm just going to write a community post about it. I'm just going to put it in writing because I have to. God has shown me so many things about this that it's about time I just sit down and write it out. So in my dream, the moon cycle in her lunar cycle, it was full moon time, and in my dream, she was emitting full light. And as I was seeing her in the sky, she was emitting full light. Well, 14 days and a couple hours after that lunar cycle is the cycle where the moon does not emit any light, right? It's like pretty much 28 or something day cycle. I don't know. I'm not one of these people that studies this stuff, but I just know what God shows me. So here's the point I'm trying to make. That there is a time when you could observe the moon in the daylight, and she's going to look like a full moon. And there's other times where you observe the moon in the daylight, and the moon seems to be ghosted out completely, like a phantom, like just completely ghosted out. And that's because the moon, she's not reflecting the sun's light. She is her own light. She's emitting her own light. It depends on her light cycle. It depends on her lunar cycle. That's how much light you're going to see. So there are times where in the daytime she looks like a full moon. Sometimes she looks like a crescent moon. Sometimes she looks completely ghosted out. It's because with or without the sun being in the air, she's going to be emitting that light. So I want to share my screen, and I just want to read the creation. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. This is what it is. This is what Genesis chapter 1 is saying. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass and herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself, upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. This is what Genesis chapter 1 is saying. This is the creation of earth. This is. How can someone say that they believe in God if they don't believe in how God created this world that we live in? Genesis chapter 1, verse 20. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creatures that hath life, and the fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. So notice that all the fruit trees and all these things were made before the animals were created, because the animals were supposed to eat the fruit and the herb of the field and all this stuff. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, let the earth bring forth a living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind, and it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, Genesis 1:26, and God said, let us make man in our image. God is Elohim. Elohim is plural. The Father, the Son, and Mother said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, the Father, the Son, and Mother, they said, hey, let's make man in our image. Let's give mankind, dominion over everything in this world, over everything in this creation mankind has dominion over, right? So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Basically, you are the caretaker of this creation. And then God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. Well, this word meat doesn't really mean meat. This is a subliminal programming. This means food. To you it shall be for food. They threw this word meat in there so you would think meat means food. But meat is not food. Meat is actually taboo. You can't eat meat. But here's the point that I'm trying to make. Number one, this is the creation that we live in. That's the creation that we live in. There's nothing else outside of this. Everything else is nonsense. What you're watching is CGI cartoons. This is the world we live in. Looks like this. Look at all this spam I'm getting. You have no idea how much technical difficulties I've had trying to make this video. But this is the world we live in. Here's the firmament. And here are the two lights, a greater one to rule the day and a lesser to rule the night. This is what it says in Genesis. And this is our commanded diet. The day man was created, we were given dominion of all the animals. The caretaker, we're the caretakers. And we were told that we're supposed to be vegetarian. And to every Genesis 1:30, and to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. Even the animals were supposed to be vegetarian. Genesis 1:31, and God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. That's the creation. That is the creation story. This is the world that we live in. I don't really know how else to tell you this. And I tell you what, for 50 to 60 million dollars a day, you'll be surprised what the enemy can come up with to deceive you. But make no mistake about it, this is our world. So getting back to the dream. In my dream, I told my mom, I said, look at the moon. I said, the moon is not reflecting the sun's light. She's emitting her own light, or she's giving her own light. Because she is. She's given her own light according to her lunar cycle. Because the moon was commanded to emit light at certain intervals, certain percentage at certain intervals, right? She gets full, then she starts emitting less light until she's ghosted out in the sky. But that's her light timing. That's a commandment from God. So anyways, I'm going to write up this community post just once and for all. But everything they've told us is a lie. Mainstream Christianity is a lie. It's built on lie after lie after lie. The world we live in isn't even anything as you've been taught. The solar system, the planets are named after pagan deities. Mercury, Pluto, Mars, Uranus. But it's all fake news. But I just showed you what our world looks like. We live in a matrix. I don't really know how else to tell you. In another dream, I was told that the number of perfection is 10, that people need to start thinking about binary coding, ones and zeros. And anyways, this is Eyes Open in California. Thank you. God bless you.